Over the years as a makeup artist, I have drawn different types of brows: the bold, the big, the slim, the dark, etc. But in today's video, I'll be showing you my updated brow routine. Yes, and I'll be starting by using my Browmatic by Damel. This is a brow gel, a brow wax, or whatever I will call it, but I normally call it a brow gel, and I apply it generously on my brows. One reason why I love this brow gel is because it dries out matte. Like, it really dries out matte. I've used a lot of brow gels and they tend to leave an oily mess once I am done applying it on the brows. So most of the time, if I can do without a brow gel, I always want to do without a brow gel because I don't like the results it gives me. But this brow gel actually works wonders. Like, after applying it generously on every part of my brow, it just dries matte. Yes, and one thing I do also is that I now do my brows last. Before, when I started makeup, I did my brows probably after the skin work, then my eyeshadow, my lips, and all that. But now my brows is lasting, but I try to prep my brows first, which was what I was doing earlier, so it gives that brow gel enough time for you to dry down matte. So now that I am done with my eyeshadow and all, I'll be drawing my brows, and I'm going into this black pencil. It is the Eversheen black pencil. It is a really nice one. And if you notice, I am drawing my brows, I'm drawing an outline under, and I'm drawing it from the brow bone. Yes, I'm starting from the brow bone. I'm not starting from the beginning of our brows. The lower outline is from the brow bone, while the upper one too follows what I have done beneath. I don't know if you understand me. Just watch this. I am starting from the brow bone. Can you see it? Yes, I'm starting from that angle, then extending my outline out, and I'll also be doing that to the top of the brows. Yes, so I don't go from the beginning of my brows to the end of my brows. I'm sure when my students that I have actually taught makeup, when they watch this video, they will understand what I am saying more, because I'm sure the last class I had, I always teach them to start from the beginning of the brows, but right now I don't start from there. Then once I have drawn my outline, I am trying to accentuate the lower outline. Yes, the lower outline is where you want to lay so much emphasis on. You don't need to go too much on the upper one. And after that, I'll be filling in these brows lightly with my black pencil. Yes, I'll be using my black brow pencil to fill in spaces where are sparse, they are not air and all that. But I will not be doing that at the beginning of the brows. I'll be doing this towards the tip and the middle of the brows. Yes, if you notice, I'm not going to the front. I'm just trying to darken the tip of the brows. Yes, that is very, very important, guys. You don't also want to be heavy-handed. Just the tip of the brows, that place where your brows don't have air and all that, that is where you want to feel. Now that I am done, I'm going into my Davis pencil in 03. Yes, Davis pencil in 03, and I'm using this to fill in the beginning of my brows. So Davis pencil is kind of brown and dark, but it is not as black as the Eversheen pencil. The Eversheen pencil is just to darken the brows and make it look like you have natural brows there, while this Davis pencil is just to give that illusion of a full brows at the beginning of the brows. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I'm just using this Davis brow pencil to fill in the beginning of the brows, because I don't want it to look too dark and I don't want it to look too light. That is it, Stephanie. It's too much of English, I will confuse you guys, but I'm sure with the way you are watching this video, you understand what I am saying. Yes, so my Davis pencil is just to fill in that place. So now I'm going into a black eyeliner. It is a gel eyeliner, and that's the Adventure eyeliner. I will just be using that at the lower outline. So remember, I told you lay more emphasis on the lower outline. I'm using that black eye gel liner. Yes, eyeliner. I'm using it to just fill in the tip and the lower outline. I'm carefully, it is the residue that I have after filling the lower outline is what I'm just using to just accentuate the tip of the brows, and you can see I stopped at a part. I am not moving forward, just that brow bone where I feel like the hair is not enough. That is where I am using this my black eyeliner to fill in. So just the lower outline, then I'll be filling in places where I used the black eyeliner, the black pencil. Yes, you don't want to fill it in too much so that your brows don't look unnecessarily dark. Yes, these brows look a bit dark, and I think that is because naturally my model's eyebrows are full. So if I did something too light, it will look weird. So sometimes you also want to look at what's the natural features of your model, because what you want to do is just to accentuate it. Now I'm trying to highlight my brows, and I'm going into a foundation shade. I'm using my flat brush just to highlight under. You just want to highlight under the brow bones, that place where you used your black pencil, that place where you drew your lower outline. That is the place you are trying to highlight. Guys, this is my brow routine. Now this is what I do, and it saves me so much time. So now that I have done that, I'll be doing that on the other side. You just want to pull it down a bit, and I've already done my eyeshadow, so you don't want to do too much there, because there's tendency for you to clean up what you have done on your eyeshadow. And also for your highlighting, you don't need too much of foundation. A little goes a long way, just something to just make that place pop. And when you are trying to make it pop is that brow bone axis. You're not going out of that scope. Do we understand that? Yes. Sorry, I believe we understand that. And once I am done with this, I'll be using this brush. I like the fact that it is a precise brush, so I'll just be using it under the brow bone. So places where I highlighted, that's where I'll be using it to clean. It's just to clean up the foundation. You don't want it to look wet, you want it to look dry, and you want it to look blended out. So that's what I am doing here, and that is that, guys, for my brows. Yes, really, I don't do too much, and right now I don't even spend so much time on brows anymore because of this my updated brow routine. So guys, as you know, every time we tend to update our routines, we tend to update our techniques and all that. And really, this brow routine that I've started doing have saved me a lot of stress. It has also saved me from anxiety of drawing brows, because before you'll be scared that if this brows does not look good, if this brows does not do that. Now I'm free from that. Then also I don't have the stress of I have to be fast on brows, because naturally this routine is very fast. So now I will just be going into my eyeshadow brush. I'll be using it to blend out the sides where I applied my dark eyeshadow, and that is all. So what I'm doing right now is just using a powder on the brows just to make it look lighter. You don't want it to look too dark. So, and don't worry, you don't need to be worried about it looking too bright, because by the time you spray your setting spray, everything comes back to life. And guys, this is your brows after using this routine, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.